everyone, and welcome. So, do some of your Stampin' Blend brush tips look like this, frayed? Well, Stampin' Blends are a great coloring tool, but sometimes the brush tip gets frayed. So I'm going to show you a tip that I learned from Tina Wardell of Tina's Crafty Ink Spot on how to replace the brush tip so that it's as good as new. Now, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell replacement brush tips, but you can find these on Amazon, and I will put a link to these in the description below. You get 3 tips for $7.99, and I think actually by comparison that's a pretty good deal, because when you buy the Stampin' Blends, you have to buy them in a combo pack. So you have to buy, you can't just buy one, you have to buy the 2, the light and the dark, and that's $9 just for the two blends. So in this case, you get 3 brushes for $7.99. Excuse me, and I think that that's a pretty good deal. So you don't want to throw away your Stampin' Blends just because of a frayed brush tip. So I'm going to show you now how to replace it. So first, what you'll do is just grab yourself a pair of tweezers, and you're just going to pull the brush tip out of the chamber, and it's going to come out. You're just going to give it a tug, and it comes right out. Right? Then I'm going to open this pack and take out one of the replacement brush tips. Okay, and you'll see that it has like this little metal collar. Well, you don't need that. You can just peel that off. And just throw it away because you're not going to need it. Okay, now the brush, it has 2 sides. It has a brush side, and then it has like a nub side. So the nub side is the side that's going to go into the chamber. So you're going to just push it. It's going to be a little tight, but you'll push it, keep pushing it into the chamber until you get it, can you see, until you get it about there, right? And that's it. Now, to get the ink to flow, now you know that you have to store these flat, right? And the reason you store them flat, in the event that you don't know, if you're new with this, there's an ink cartridge or an alcohol ink cartridge, because these are alcohol blend markers. There's an ink cartridge here, and the ink flows to both ends. So when you store them flat, that way the ink gets to flow to both ends. If you were to store them this way, the ink would drop down to this end, and this end, the ink would flow out of it, and you might end up with a dry tip. Now, I don't know if you can see, but the ink is already flowing into this tip. Now, and you can see it's already absorbing, and now it's actually already fully absorbed into the tip. So let me just see. Yeah. Let me grab a piece of paper. So it's already coloring. I mean, it was a mess of a tip. And here we go. But what you can do once you've changed the tip, just to be sure you get a nice solid flow of ink, even though when you normally store it, you would store it this way. If you replace the tip, I would just say store it, on its end with the replacement brush tip, down, and just put it in in your pen holder or wherever, in a cup, and just let it sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes and until the ink has flowed into it. And then when you go to store it, obviously you want to store it this way. So that's actually the tip. That's the whole thing. I hope that this was helpful to you, because I wouldn't want you to throw away your blending brush or not be able to use it when there's a way for you to just change the tip. So I hope you enjoyed my quick tip for today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.